few updates really. So I may have mentioned before that when I was a teenager I used to do amateur boxing for probably about 3 years, and then when I was 25 I went back to it and I did a couple of white collar boxing fights in London, and then I moved away, moved to Spain for a year, and then when I came back I moved to a small town in the southeast of England, and the nearest boxing club was about 25-minute drive away from me, and with the timings of the sessions and stuff it would just never have been convenient or even possible to get home from London and then go and train at a club. So I kind of abandoned boxing. Occasionally I'll hit a punch bag or something and do a bit of shadow boxing every now and again, but actually doing it as a regular activity or something that I'm improving or even competing in was something I gave up on the idea. However, I noticed a week or so ago that someone had opened a boxing club, or was opening a boxing club that opened last week in my town. I guess as the town's growing, we need this kind of stuff here, and someone's done it. So there's 2 coaches running a session. Now the junior session was full of kids, and obviously I went to the seniors one. It was their second session. There was only 3 people there. This was on a Friday, so yeah, last Friday. So I went along to see how it was, try it out. I'm pretty good at boxing, so it's nice to show off a little bit, and I wasn't sure how it would go because I don't do any real high intensity cardio anymore. I just lift weights and do these long kind of more endurance rucking sessions to keep me fit, and actually I did fine. Like, it just goes to show how a lot of this stuff is transferable, because it was an hour session. It's all right, it's not like a 10 to 15 minute competition pace. You're doing like a certain amount of rounds of skipping, then you're doing rounds on the bag, some rounds on the pads with the trainers, a little mini circuit to finish off, a bit of stretching done. But it is, I did forget how intense training for boxing is, and it is a full body workout. The next couple of days, every single muscle in my body was tired, achy, full of lactic acid. Just all round really felt like I'd done something good for myself. And it's on a Friday and a Wednesday. Now I can't make the Wednesday one because I'm in London, but the Friday session I can finish working from home and do it at 6:30. However, I don't think I can do rucking on a Friday anymore. I think it's going to have to be a Monday thing, and then a bit of weight training on a Monday as well, and then Fridays I'll probably be leaving myself sort of fresh throughout the day, then go give it everything I've got in that 1 hour boxing session, and then maybe come home and I've got the energy, finish off with a few sets of weights with dumbbells or something like that. Depends if I can or not. So yeah, I'm not looking to replace rucking or change direction completely. I'm just seeing this as something that I used to do and that I'd love to go back to and keep in my life. And finally, kind of like when you want something, eventually if you keep your eyes open, like the universe gives it to you. And so now I've got a boxing club. What I like about it is it kind of brings a bit of balance. The rucking, as I talk about, builds this kind of slow paced endurance, mental toughness, just persisting through, carrying the weight, over a long distance, heavy weight. And boxing's kind of the opposite. It takes an hour as well, but it's fast paced, it's short bursts, it's intensity. It's different, it's the opposite to rucking. And I think it's good for me to do both, really, you know. And I think now that I'm a bit older and I'm not really looking to, you know, seriously compete or any of that, I'm just going to enjoy it and to work hard and use it as another tool to get me fit. And the pressure's off from knowing that this has to lead to a competition and potentially getting injured and all the rest of it. So for now, it's just the training. It's just somewhere I can give everything, and something a little bit different to rucking. I feel like variety is good, you know. If anything, like adding boxing in to my routine just gives me another thing that works for me, that make me feel good, and then really it keeps me interested in rucking as well, because on the Monday there is no boxing class, and on Wednesday I can't make it, so midweek it's still going to be about rucking, and on weekends and all that sort of stuff, where, for the reasons I've given, that I can include my family, I can take the dog out, you know, it's easy to fit into my life. Boxing is the opposite of that. It's always been impossible for me to fit in, and to there's never been anything I could even sacrifice to make space for boxing. And then now this is a real opportunity in that I can make this class on a Friday conveniently. It's a 3-minute drive away from my house, so it's just all green lights really, no reason not to do it. So I'm glad that I did, glad that I went, and all the old skills are still there, just need to get fit again. Rucking really takes like mental strength to just get out and do it and be consistent with it. One of the things I like with boxing as well, though, is that when you think you're at your limit of being tired, where you would normally give up, the fact that you're in a combat sport means that you just find extra energy and extra strength from somewhere, because if you don't, you'll get hurt, someone will get the better of you. There's nothing like being in a sparring match with someone, and you know, normally you'd be done, the workout's finished, you're done for the day, but now you're doing sparring 3 rounds. Somehow you can find the energy for those 3 rounds, and you really do have to give everything you've got, because if you're not, well, you're just gonna lose. So it really pushes you to grow, because you are really forced into it voluntarily, you know, but once you're in, you're forced to push harder than you normally would, I think. So it gets the best out of me. So yeah, I don't know, I might start recording some boxing stuff as well and posting it. Again, this channel really is just me documenting what I'm doing at the moment to try and stay fit as someone who's busy with children and a job and all the rest of it. So if I change things up, I need to share that and maybe include that somehow on a different topic. The weekend was tough. I was already tired from the boxing class on Friday. Saturday I had like 500 bricks, driveway bricks delivered, because I'm building a patio in the garden, and they needed to be shifted from the front of my house around to the back of my house down a sort of side path. And I have a wheelbarrow, so I could have stacked them up in there and done it in fewer trips. Maybe it would have been easier, but sometimes I like to look for opportunities for a workout. So yes, I could have done it easier, but I decided to carry them by hand, 4 bricks at a time, around to the back, and then just keep doing it. And it probably took me, I don't know, I think it took like 2 hours in the end to shift all these bricks. Burnt a lot of calories, sweating, knackered by the end of it basically. And I think there's a value in doing things the hard way sometimes, because I wasn't viewing it as like, this is the most inefficient way to do this. To me, it was the most efficient way, because I don't now need to go and do a workout as well. The bricks got shifted from the front to the back. I got 2 hours of solid exercise in and got a different sense of satisfaction and pride from it than taking the easy route, really. Everyday activities or one-off things that you do can be made into workouts. An example, sometimes I put this backpack on when I'm mowing the grass just to make it a bit harder. Been digging a lot of holes by hand lately with hand tools rather than big machines. I like sort of getting these physical challenges done and achieving something at the same time, because at this stage in life you just don't have that many hours to dedicate to, going to a gym. So I'm always trying to get in whatever workout I can, wherever I can. Whether it's rucking, boxing, weightlifting, or carrying bricks from the front to the back of the house, it's all the same to your body. It's all effort. It's all hard work. Doing hard things is what's gonna make you better, more resilient and tougher. So always kind of hold that in your mind whenever there's a chance to do something difficult physically, then I think you should go for it. Physical struggles spill over into the mind, and mental struggles spill over into physical struggles. One helps the other. Being tougher in one makes you stronger in the other. Discipline in one area builds discipline in the other. These struggles are what shape us and what turn us into the person we want to be. The hard path is often the best path to take, and I think it's more satisfying to do something difficult and challenging than it is to do something convenient and easy.